Right, new year, new questions, Doddy. Got help from this man today to do Ask GMBN.
Sounds good to me.
Those are good questions. Got some techie ones as well, so you can help me out with these. Grayson Thwaite kicks it off with saying he's thinking about getting the NS Stab, which is a 150mm 29er.
Yep.
He tried a YT GFC 27.5 crankworth and it fit good, but I'm only 4'11". It's definitely on the shorter side of things, but 2 foot shorter than you are. So do you think the 29er would be too big? He likes doing jumps and whipping the bike around and ploughing through the rough stuff. So what about a 29er?
Definitely good for ploughing through the rough stuff. Not bad for jumping, I don't think, but I think the your movement's going to be limited.
I've never been a big one for saying that size-wise depends on your wheel size, your height, but I don't know, maybe that 4'11". You are going to probably put your bum into the rear tyre.
So I think that's the biggest issue, isn't it? And getting the saddle down low enough as well. There's quite a lot of travel on a bike, especially on a size small frame, whatever it's going to be. Hard to say, to be honest, without trying it.
I would say probably try it.
Yeah.
The one thing, I love 29ers for almost everything, but the one thing I don't like them so much for is jumping, because I just want to move the bike around a lot. Yeah. They're more stable, so if you're maybe an average rider, sort of intermediate, then it's probably going to be less bucky and less wanting to move around on the bike. However, if you want to throw it around a bit, then 29ers aren't as good for that. Okay, Real King, can you put any width tyre on any rim? For example, if my bike comes with 2.2s, can I put 2.4s on?
Yes, you can. Within reason, you couldn't go and put like a 3-inch tyre on a really skinny rim. Simply there's not enough support for it, it's going to roll around, but pretty much you can.
2.2, 2.4 is not a huge difference at all, is it?
It's fine, yeah, a bit more volume.
Someone actually answered this for us with a really good thing. Pyro Ultimate says on the DT Swiss website you can go to their support page and they have a rim tyre compatibility. So that's more of a recommendation, I would imagine. Because they say wider rims do suit the wide tyres a bit better, but not to say you can't run them. Okay, Dominic Alfiano, have you guys ever had a flat tyre and not bring a tube to the point that you have to walk back down the mountain?
I've ridden back down a mountain on a tyre with a flat before.
I was going to say this, that would be my reply. I did it the weekend actually. Went to the Atherton's bike park, it's super slaty. I was running trail tyres, ripped my tyre, boom, gone. It's like going to take you an hour to walk down, so
got to coast down.
Gently coast down. Most times it's all right, isn't it? If you're riding on dirt and your tyres there, you don't do the tyre the best.
You're going to trash the tyre pretty much. Yeah, and if you're unlucky, you can trash the rim as well.
Yeah, that's one thing to be careful of, but I've definitely done that a few times. But we've got some hacks from this man himself to get you out of trouble.
Despite all the innovations in bikes, one of the things that brings everyone to a halt is the puncture. Now, it doesn't matter if you've got tubeless or you're running an inner tube, something like a sidewall slash like this is going to bring you to a stop. So you can't just fix this by putting a tube in it and pumping it up, because the tube's going to bulge out the side and that will puncture very quickly. So what you need to do is find a method of patching this up just enough so you can get home. Now, Park make a thing called a tyre boot, which is effectively a giant puncture repair patch, and that's the best thing you can get. They cost a few quid, but they're worth keeping in your riding pack.
Right, next question from Alex Mason MTB. Can I put DMRs extra long pins in my Crank Brothers Stamp 3s?
I don't know without trying it, to be honest.
The DMR Terrapins are M4s, which I'm almost certain that would be the same for the Crank Brothers ones. The problem comes with the pitch of the thread. It says 0.7 on this. So I've done this. I've got those pitch thread pitch measurers. You know, they're little teeth and sort of stick them in. Yeah. That'd be the thing to use if you have one of those. Or you could just line up the pins. You should be able to see the difference. But you don't want to just wind them in if it is the wrong pitch, because it will knacker the threads, won't it? Yeah,
of course, the pedal's softer than the actual bolt going in, so it'll knacker that out.
Yeah, so be careful, but they may well do, is the answer to that one. Drew Hartman, is it bad to lock out your suspension for a big impact so it doesn't blow through the travel? Can it blow out the seals?
No, it won't blow out the seals, but it'll damage the shims on the inside if you do it for a long time.
I've always wondered this. I've heard that. But that's the case of you will actually damage internals eventually, or
they just get a bit floppy, pretty much. It's just a series of shims, and the more that they have to try and resist moving, they just get a bit bendy.
Okay.
So they can be replaced. It's not the end of the world, but it's not ideal. Lockouts will blow off, but you shouldn't just run it like that the whole time.
So potentially, if you locked them out and did a massive landing, or was it just time?
I just think just over time. Okay. Like I've got a commuter bike and that's locked out permanently, and the lockout didn't work very well now. Just from a long time of riding.
Experience. Right, Henry Powell. He's got a tricky question. Can you swap bolts for a quick release on my wheels? So he wants to get rid of the bolt through for a quick release. He's got a DMR jump bike, and it's a pain to keep on having to straighten the wheel at the perfect angle and tighten the bolt. So we must be talking about horizontal dropouts here.
Yeah, sure.
What I think you probably can't. go?
It totally depends on the axle as well. So if it's a jump bike that's got, if it's got like an M4, M5 bolts to screw into the axle might still be hollow.
Right,
and that might be alright to put a quick release in. It totally depends on the axle. Did you say what wheel?
No. Although DMR at the moment, they only do a 24-inch wheel jump bike. It's a proper, you know, it's definitely got big bolts on it.
There might be a conversion kit for the hub as well.
Is it going to help?
So,
my initial idea would be to have, you know, the chain tugs.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you could get them from mountain bikes still. I used to have them on BMXs where you could.
There must be a way.
Adjust the way of how straight your wheel is, and then you tighten the bolts down, so you'll never have the problem with the rear wheel moving around.
I bet you'd get a set of chain tugs to fit. The only issue you might have is if there's not enough bolts sticking out for the nuts to hold them on, so it can be quite bulky. Definitely worth a look though.
But I don't think the quick release is the way to fix this. I don't personally.
No, more likely to slip, to be honest.
Jim Gibbons has got a question. Right, of course he has. He's got a hybrid with 700cc tyres and he wants to switch on something more aggressive. So he's commuting on the bike, wants to ride some lighter single tracks. Wants to go the 2.1 cross country. What is the equivalent mountain bike? A 29er, 27.5? It's 29er, isn't it?
29er, really, yeah. Yep.
700 just means it's probably quite a thin rim, I would have thought.
Yeah, it's down to rim size. Yeah, it's just weird with the inches and it's French sizing, isn't it? Like 650B and 700Cs and all that stuff.
But a relatively narrow cross-country 29er tyre should work pretty well.
Yeah, like a 1.9 or a 2-inch or something like that.
Question from Furious Noob. Where can I watch the EWS and the World Champs? I'm guessing talking about UCI cross-country and downhill stuff there.
Yeah, all the UCI stuff, that's on Red Bull. So it means if you've got Apple TV, you can watch it on there, or you can stream it usually from your phone to
just
smart TVs.
TV app or online. EWS, they don't have live coverage, although they do have sort of live news on their Twitter and on their website you can follow to see what's happening. But the day after the race is always a pretty substantial video comes out, gives you all the news about that. Okay, on to Correct Me If I'm Wrong, where you lovely viewers upload your videos using our uploader. We check them out and try and give you some tips. The name of this person is MTB, so I don't know who that is.
It's quite original.
Yeah, this is in the PwC Bike Park in Joburg.
Oh, nice.
I presume.
Get quite a lot of South African entries.
Yep.
That's quite cool.
The description says, this was a very generous man who showed me how to do it, but please correct me if I'm wrong. So somebody who showed me how to do it.
Cool.
Check it out. It's a decent sized drop off that MTB is riding.
Yeah, it looks alright actually, doesn't it? Body weight looks quite good on there. Good position.
Yeah. Sliding the bike forward, which is always good, just to get that sort of bike out in front of you. Don't let the front wheel drop too much. We've got two versions here, so two different, I think it's the same drop, angle, two different times. What I think you do see is it's not completely consistent. So always trying to nail the landing with two wheels at the same time. Whereas the second one, it does go nose down a little bit. So I'd say practice a bit, get the consistency up, but looks pretty good to me.
Yeah, nice and smooth.
What do you reckon to the bike, Doddy?
Bike looks pretty good. It's that Cove, isn't it?
I don't know.
DVO Forks. Looks like a Cove or something like that.
It's got to be green DVO Forks, isn't it?
That's nice. No, so it might be it's a Piger actually. I lied.
Ah, well there you go. South African bike, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks good. Bike's obviously looking like it's working really well there, but perhaps you could learn to try and absorb more of the impact yourself. Always helps ease it up on the bike.
Nice one. Keep sending in your videos via the uploader and leave your questions down below. We might get to them next week, hopefully. If you want to see a funny video about us messing up our lines and swearing, or particularly me swearing, click over here for that one.
Click down here if you want to see loads of funny mountain bike crashes.
Thumbs up for GMBN and hit that sub button.